This iRacing season, I decided to run on the Falken Tyre Sports Car Challenge. It's a multi-class series with GT4s and LMP3s, the LMP3 being the new car on iRacing, so I'm expecting a lot of people to be racing those. I went for the BMW GT4 with this very nice cowl livery, and join me for the first race. It's at Alton Park. It's a very short track, and I'm expecting a lot of action, a lot of traffic management. I qualified on pole. Let's see if I can maintain that position on these first few hectic laps. I'm trying to be careful on this first lap because the car is very heavy, full of fuel, the tires are cold, but you can see that right out of the gate there's already an incident going on. Let's take a look at that. So the LMP car here takes a little bit of curbing, unsettles the car, hits the other one, and goes straight into a spin, into an invisible wall. Weird one iRacing. And then it's joined by these two GT4s. This guy is late on the brakes, gets chopped by the Merc moving under braking there, goes on the grass, and then hits two cars. And you can see there's 3 races over right on the second turn. As we get back to our race, another LMP3 loses control. Very easy to do on that corner. The car is very creaky under braking. And as we go by it, now is our time to get some clean laps and try and make a gap from the guys behind us. I make a mess out of this corner, and you can see Patrick behind is really fast. He's gonna close the gap on us, and he's probably gonna have an opportunity soon here. Since we're still at the first lap, I chose not to go defensive. Let's just let it play out. If he's faster than us, we can jump behind him and try and still create that gap from the other people behind us. If you take a look at the mirror here behind us, the BMW makes a move on the Aston Martin. This is a very tricky corner, especially on cold tires, because if you go out like the Aston Martin does, the ABS won't slow you down and you're definitely gonna hit that tire wall. We're on lap 5 now, and you can see that the 5 cars at the top of the GT4 class we included were very tight together, we're very close, so it's about putting in clean laps and not making mistakes. I make a mess of the chicane and I have no exit speed. So in hindsight here, I should have just covered up the inside. I thought that the guy behind the Bilstein BMW would have so much speed that he would be past me at the end of the straight, but he wasn't. And you can see here, we have a little bit of contact, I'm pushed wide, and the group is so tightly packed that I go back to P5. At this point, I believe I'm faster than these guys, so it's about getting my shit together and getting those positions back. So I'm gonna let the lap play out so you can see how the group was acting together. and let's see if we can get some positions back. Now we're behind the 25 Mercedes, and I get a much better exit out of this corner, and I see that the group ahead is already opening a gap, so gotta go for this one. I think there's enough space. We go into the corner, and our cars kind of weld together for a little bit, messes up our braking and turning, and we're both off the track. And you can see here I rejoined. The Merc is not so lucky, hits an LMP on the way, and off we go. Now, I think there was a little bit of net code, a little bit of a racing incident. You can kind of rewatch the replay there and let me know what you think in the comments. As we go around the corner here, we see a plume of smoke there and two slow GT4 Mercedes on the left. So there's two free positions right here, and let's take a look at what happened here. So the first Merc is being passed by some LMPs, and you can see he opens the corner, touches the grass on the left side, and that's it for him. The second Mercedes is being passed by an LMP here. They make a little bit of contact and he goes just a little bit too wide, touches on the grass. He holds down the brakes but still is being collected by that Bilston BMW. Then he just casually crosses the racetrack. Back in my race, you can see there in the front the BMW and the LMP make contact. And for me, it's all about avoiding action here. We don't want any incident points, and we just want to stay on this race because we can still get a very good position here. And as we approach turn 1, the car in front needs to deal with traffic, opens up his corner way wide, and I get a much better exit here. I'm trying to make a move, but I don't see the LMP coming up behind, and I almost make a mess out of it. Luckily, everyone survived, and the fight's still on. Here we have a much better exit, the opportunity presents itself, and just like I did before, I put it up on the inside, and it's a clean pass. We're now P4. As we go around the corner, I see some dust in the air, and way up in the distance I can see another GT4 has crashed. That's the Aston Martin that was running in P2, and he seems to have a lot of damage, so we make easy work of him, and now we're in P3, so that's it, we're in the podium. As we try to catch the Bilston BMW up ahead, you can see he's being passed by an LMP and they make contact. The LMP spins out, and we are very lucky here to be able to avoid it. We're still on the race. Patrick got a little bit closer here, but that's it. The fight keeps on going. We jump into lap 18, you can see the positions are still the same. We're still trying to catch that Bilston BMW, and at this point we still have a few laps on the race. Anything can happen, so let's get our head down. I'll let this lap play out so you can see here the three of us trying to catch each other. You can see we're giving it everything we got. This is it. As we approach the finish line, you can see the Bilston BMW is still ahead, Rafael still ahead, couldn't catch him. Props to him. We end up racing him again on the next week, so stay tuned because that video is coming. And you might be asking yourself, hey, what happened to Patrick, which was in P3? You can see Patrick gets passed by the race leader just before the finish line. This means his race was over and me and the BMW still had one more lap. Here are the results. I'm very happy with the iRating gang, safety rating. I think we can do better. Let's see if we can improve that for next week when we're racing at Watkins Glen. If you watched all the way to the end, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.